Alright, I might as well, I guess. I mean, since I already posted a Wi-Fi battle and a reminder video, I might as well entertain you guys with some trading card game material. So here we are. I am using my Kyurem Zapdos deck that I just recently created on the TCGO match. It's not necessarily too competitive, if you know what I mean, like, Vileplume and or like Reshiboard and things like that. But I thought it was a fun ideology since I was reading the Zapdos. It does 50 damage to anything like I would really want to. But then the downside of Zapdos in itself is that it's weak to its own type. So things like Zekrom and Raichu in this case, in this particular battle, can give me quite a bit of trouble if he does realize that. And so here we are. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna start with my Zapdos off. I'm just gonna give him the notion that I don't have anywhere near close to the amount of energy to suffice for one of Zapdos' attacks, which is not true because I do have a DCE in my hand. So next turn I can attach that onto Zapdos, and then start inflicting some damage onto like his back row pokes and or his frontal Pokemon, which happens to be a Survivor. I've never seen that before, but that happens to I think it needs to be poisoned, and then like it does more damage if it was poison or something like that. Like it's an odd Survivor. I don't necessarily know too much of how it works because obviously I don't see it too much. So he has a Pikachu, a Togepi, things I could just snipe, man. I'm looking at that Servine though, but I'm like, okay, he might, probably try to focus a little bit more on that Servine. So I just want to get that out the way, as well as the Viper, since the Viper does have more energies. But before I attack, I want to see what I'm able to draw with the Professor Oak's new theory. I get a Catcher and an Evalite, which is crazy because I can catch out into something that doesn't have enough energies and then start sniping things in the back row. So that's actually what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna catch out into a Servine in particular, and then afterwards start sniping his back row. I think I'm gonna go after the Survivor there. So Servine's alright, I guess. He doesn't have any cards in his hand, so it's unlikely that he have an energy. But speak of the devil, he gets the energy, and he does attack that. If he flips a coin and fits heads, I get fully paralyzed for that particular turn. So I draw into another catcher, which is funny, and I'm just gonna attach an electrical energy on. I'm sorry, a water energy on Securum, and then discard my electrical energy that I have in my hand in order to draw four, playing Engineer's Adjustments, and then attack something else in the back row. He has Pikachu. I don't want him getting another Raichu. I can, take out the Togepi, but then again, Togetic is weak against electric type, so I don't necessarily have to worry about that. Survivor needs to be poisoned, and then in order to deal its maximum potential amount of damage that it could inflict onto the opposing Pokemon. So I'm not necessarily too worried about that. It's the Servine here that I'm kind of worried about that. So I'm just gonna play Engineers. I'm sorry, not Engineers Adjustments. Interviews questions. Get a DC and a Water Energy. I'm just gonna decide to work on this Curum in the background. I'm contemplating whether I want to switch out because I do have a switch in my hand, and then like inflict a bunch of damage all together. But I'm just having too much fun sniping these guys in the back row. I could take out Survivor and or Togepi. I decided to go after the baby Pokemon Togepi. Punch the baby in the face, get electrical energy, and then he has two cards in his hand, attaches one to Servine. So that Servine's having way too much energies, man. I cannot be having that, son. So fortunately for me, I do get a barrage of tails, which means that he's not going to be able to paralyze me for any particular turns. I'm thinking about whether I should attack hastily, but then again, it doesn't necessarily make sense. He does have a Raichu with no energies, and now can start sniping his back row, take out the Survivor, take my third prize, which is crazy. He has no energies, looking pretty bad. I have like another DCE, another water energy, and things like that. This deck necessarily, it works kind of quick, but then again, it's not too fast where I will feel comfortable playing it in like competitive play. You have like Dom fans and all that other stuff going around. On the bright side, Zapdos does have the fighting resistance that electrical Pokemon, like Zapdos, I'm sorry, not like Zekrom and things like that will be weak to. So I guess that's the upside of using it. But then again, it's like the energy cost is like way too high. If I'm not drawing all these DCEs, man, like you only allow 4 in your deck. It won't be as fast as I'm just having the luck of the draw at the moment. So I decided to inflict some damage onto the Servine in the back row, being that he doesn't necessarily have anything for that Raichu. He just got another Psychic and another Water. No, another Psychic and another Grass. But I spoke a little bit too soon because he has a third Energy Surge, so he has three energies in his hand, which is funny. So at least know what's in his hand. I don't have to worry about like any switches or anything like that. Being that I do have a weakness to my own type, I am gonna take super mega damage from that Raichu attack just now. I don't want to lose my Zapdos just yet. I want to preserve all of my Pokemon. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna play Junk switch out into get a catcher back, right, and then afterwards switch my own Zapdos out for Kyurem, so I can inflict 30 damage onto the Raichu, and then afterwards maybe I can snipe it on for later on. When I bring the Zapdos back in, I have like 3 energies in my hands, and the 2 Zapdos with DCE, so I can start doing snipe, 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 snipe. I can snipe with something else. I don't even just need that on Zapdos. So I'm just gonna bring in the Kyurem, like I said, Glaciate after I decide to I'm like, okay, let me attack, but he could attack back, kill the Zapdos. I do want to preserve the 6-0. So I'm just gonna play Junk Arm like I said before, discard that, get a catcher back, and then get the Servine. But even though Servine does have a resistance to water, it's more so about the Raichu not inflicting any damage into my bench Pokemon. So I can save Zapdos for something later on, because its other attack, you flip 4 coins and it does 50 damage based on the number of heads that you get. So that's crazy. So unfortunately for me, he gets a paralysis in this turn, so I can't necessarily finish off the I can't finish off anything because Servine has the water resistance, and then Raichu only took like 30 base damage. So if I get like a switch, which I do, that would be actually pretty awesome. I can switch out into the Zapdos that I haven't that hasn't taken any damage as of yet, and then like snipe the Raichu that he has in the back row for a KO. So that's looking great. The 30 damage that I just did with the Glaciate as well as the 50 is going to equate up to 80, and that's enough to take out the Raichu. Servine's left over, not being able to do much of anything, inflicts 30 damage. I could just snipe that thing off for a good game. So that was crazy good game. More competitive decks soon. I do have like one Mewtwo that's not enough for a competitive deck or whatever like that, where Mewtwo God of War is concerned. So more stuff in the future anyway. So peace. What you doing?